board this. All right, so what we're sort of considering here is you need to be working on this thing now. This is due. This is the next item. So most of us have done item or task one or and task two. Task one being the analysis and choosing of either Google site or WordPress as your web hosting sort of place for this assignment, because you're going to host that. Then task two was for you to design your project plan, how you're going to go about this. And then this one here is getting into the actual design of your framework, as it says, the design, so rough design of your site. So these are the things that you're going to be marked on. It's a fairly short document, but as it says there, you need to develop a draft framework. The draft framework is basically going to say this is what our site is going to be. There's going to be some discussion of governance and compliance, and that's because, remember, your website is a document to encourage new customers. So it's like an advertising thing with your and the big selling point there is the fact that you're aware of ITSM principles, and part of that is governance and compliance with standards and frameworks, etc. Okay. Yeah, as I said, so any preferred software for task three? Word would be fine. Yes, indeed. So it's up to you how you like to present it. Just something that can be uploaded onto D2L, of course. So Word can be uploaded directly. You don't need to sort of compress it. Some other
Sir?
might have to. PDF be fine too. Somebody's asking me something
Sir?
there. Yeah.
Sir, I
Yes.
wanted to ask, is it okay if I can submit tasks to at the end of today? Will that be
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. Better a little late than
Okay.
never, I suppose. Yeah.
Sorry,
I've
sir,
already
because
marked
I had
some.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, Gwendolyn. Yeah, I am accepting still. There may
All
be
right.
some
Thank you.
penalty for being late, but it's better than nothing, right? Okay, so I just noticed a few other people have sort of arrived. I think so. Let me just get those. Is Abdulaziz Al Malki? Yeah, we got both Abdulazizes here, and Donna. Yeah, and Daryl. Don't see Daryl. But Fatma is okay. So Gwendolyn, I was just talking to. That's why I noticed that there's some people that arrived. Jafar, I see on there, and Jaser, and Khadija. Yeah, sorry about this. But I do need to do it, and I want it to because they're all right. So I will check that again a bit later. We'll save them now. Okay, so that's what you need to do with that. You need to have some kind of a framework. If we go back to, I suppose, go back to the project, the main document, and see what it's saying there about. So we're working on this, right? So you need to be doing this some draft form of your website. That's the framework. Placeholders for pages, about. So you're going to have the format of your website is going to be there. You can have. Oh my gosh! So all right. So I'm going to recant what I just said about handing it in Microsoft Word. This looks like you're really actually going to have to do it in HTML. So you're going to have actual HTML pages, folders, and you're going to have to you'll have to compress it into a folder. So yeah, because it's not just talking, it's actually says here that you need to have a draft form of your website. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking there. Is that okay? Yeah, okay, good. Right, so that's what you can be working on now. The other thing that should take your attention would be the fact that we have a test coming up next week. I'll make that test in the last lesson for you guys next week, which is this lesson. So 1 week from today, you should expect that we'll have a test. The test, it is less than 15%, but at the moment, I think you should expect that it's going to be here at the college. And we have a classroom that you can come and do that test in. And so it will be on these topics. It'll be on your the first chapter there, which was about ITSM, that one. And then also chapter 2, which is about the service desk. So that would be on there, right? So hopefully you remember those and they're there, you can review them. And then the last 2 chapters there also, which is change management, and this chapter that I've called processes, procedures, and standards. So those will be all part of the assessment, which will be the test next week. It's not a web development course, so I'm not requiring you to sort of do a bunch of CSS and HTML. You have to produce a website at some point, but you know, at this, it doesn't. You can use tools to do that. I hope that helps. I hope I'm not too confusing.